Good afternoon, Mr. PM. Thank you for joining us again on PC Insight Podcast to discuss the nature of realism in international relations.
Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to share my views.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications to stay updated with my latest content. In our previous episode, we gave an overview of realism, but today we'll delve deeper into it. As you've mentioned on our PC Insight Podcast, realism presents a rather bleak outlook on world politics. It portrays the international system as a harsh environment where states constantly seek to exploit each other's weaknesses, leading to a lack of trust between them. Day-to-day life is viewed as a contest for power, where each state not only aims to be the strongest actor in the system, but also aims to prevent other states from achieving that status. Could you elaborate on the reasoning behind this pessimistic viewpoint?
Certainly. According to realism, international relations is marked by unending security competition, and states always strive for survival and power. While states do cooperate, this cooperation is limited by the underlying logic of security competition, and peace among states is unlikely.
What are the assumptions that support this perspective?
Realists have a negative perspective on how the world operates, which can be explained by their 5 assumptions about the international system. The first assumption is that the international system is anarchic, meaning that there is no central authority that governs the independent political units, states. This does not necessarily imply chaos or disorder. The second assumption is that states inherently possess offensive military capability, making them potentially dangerous to each other. The third assumption is that states can never be certain about the intentions of other states, and thus they cannot be sure that another state will not use its military power against them. This uncertainty is because intentions are impossible to determine with complete certainty. The fourth assumption is that the primary objective of states is survival and the maintenance of their sovereignty. Finally, the fifth assumption is that states think strategically about how to survive in the international system. They are rational, but they may make mistakes due to the imperfect information available to them, as other states may have incentives to misrepresent their true intentions and strength.
Thank you for clarifying those assumptions, Mr. PM. Unfortunately, we're out of time. We appreciate your insights on realism in international relations.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure discussing this topic with you and your listeners.